Good evening, all. I was with
Good evening.
Good evening,
Good
sir.
evening. Good evening, with good evening, good evening. Right, and today we are going to discuss our model paper number 15, as well as now. This is a July month, right? And the second term, okay, and in the last week, I think, in this month, right? Therefore, we have to ready for our exam. Right, now I am going to discuss our model paper number 15. Right, now this is the first question relevant to our paper. Then as well as this one, I already uploaded to the LMS system. Then you can download it from the our paper segment, right? PDF file. Now, first one, the figure shows a square-shaped flower bed with the length of a side x. Now, this is a square type, square-shaped flower bed. Put in with the length of side is becomes as x, right? Now this is the first detail. Now this is a flower bed. Now this one's like a square, and both sides are equals because this is a square. Now length of side is x. Now this one is also x, right? This one is also x. Now question number one: a new flower bed is made by increasing the length by 3 meter, increasing by 3 meter, increasing by 3 meter, as well as reducing the breadth by 2 cm. Now draw the sketch of the new flower bed. Now it's like a rectangular shape because the length increasing, breadth decreasing, like this, right? Now this one and this one equals, and these opposite sides should be equals. Now the previous length becomes as x. Now in this case, the breadth and length. Now length is increasing by 3 meters. Now what to do? X, and you need to add 3, right? Now some students, it's multiplied by 3. 3x, it's wrong because that's a multiples of 3. 3 times x, we call as a 3 times of x, right? Now this one is, so you need to add increased by 3 meters, therefore x plus 3 meters, then this is the, now this is the length. Now breadth, you need to subtract 2 cm, 2 centimeters, yeah, 2 centimeters from the x. Now breadth it becomes as a x minus 2 cm. Now length is x plus 3 cm, and the breadth becomes as a x minus 2 cm. Now this is our sketch. What is the sketch? And the length and breadth in terms of x. And draw the sketch of the new flower bed and write its length and breadth. Right. And this is the answer for the first one. Second one. Write an expression for the area of the new flower bed and simplify it. Now you need to find the area and you know how to find the area of the rectangular shapes. Area is becomes as a length multiplied by the breadth. Length into breadth. Now length is equal to the x plus 3 and breadth is a x minus 2. Actually, this one related to the product between the two binomial expressions, and we did this lesson, right? And how to expand these brackets, right? Now you can find the answer for this one. I will give you our 60 seconds for this one. මත අපර හැටක් දෙන්න ලස්සනට මේක answer එක ගමු. හරියට? හැමෝම ගමු ලස්සනට answer එක. You have to expand the brackets. Expand කරමු. Right, time එක ඇති පුතේ. Now look at the board and how to expand the brackets. And this is simple way. You need to repeat the second bracket as a twice. අපි දෙපාරක් පුතේ ආව repeat කරගන්න. ඒ කොහොමද? This is the second bracket x minus 2 and you have to repeat and keep the space and again x minus 2, x minus 2. Now listen. Now you have to put the first term in front of the first bracket and the second term middle of these two brackets. So plus 3. Now you can multiply like this. When I multiply, simple marama lazy. First term into the second bracket and the second term into the second bracket. Now x into x is not 2x, right? X into x becomes as x to the power of 2 and plus into minus minus 2 times x 2x. Now plus into plus becomes plus and the 3 times x 3x as well as a plus into minus minus 3 times 2 6. Now the middle terms we call as a synonyms, likely terms, like terms. Now x to the power of 2 we call as x squared and minus 2x and plus 3x different signs, then we are going to subtract. Now 3 minus 2 becomes as a plus 1x. You call as a plus x. 1x daan depa katain plus x minus 6. And this is a area with square centimeters. Because why? Centimeter into centimeter, the area becomes as a square centimeters. Now x squared plus x minus 6 and this is a suitable algebraic expression for the area of the new flower bed. හැමෝටම මේක තේරෙනවද විදුනි ඔපාරා and Kenoli?
Yes, sir. All good.
Yeah. Okay. Right. නියමයි. Right. And මම හිතන්නේ answer එක අරගත්තා ඔයගොල්ලෝ නේ? Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Well done. නියමයි Kenoli. Well done. Right. Now I'm going to discuss about the factors also. And you know, this is a factors is a reversal thing about this one. The reversal one. These two things is a factors of this trinomial quadratic expression. Now there are three types of the fractions. Every day, every past papers, we are going to discuss it. The past papers, we discuss also about the factors. There are three types. What is first type? We call as a common factors, difference between two squares, as well as the third one we call as a trinomial quadratic expressions. Right. Now in these situations, there are two factorizing questions, and the first one is related to the trinomial quadratic expressions, as well as the second one we called as a difference between two squares. Right. Now you have to factorize. Now put the answer into the chat. Right. Type කරන්න පුළුවන්. Right. Hurry up. ඉක්මනට හදමු පුතේ. I will give 2 minutes for that. Now look at the first one. X squared minus 9x plus 20. Now listen, the type is a trinomial quadric. Trinomial means three terms, and the quadric expression is a quadric expression also. Now the order is correct. Okay. Now first term into the last term. Now look at this. Now the sign is a very important thing, and this one becomes plus 20x squared because our logic is dependent on the sign. That's the reason why I told the sign is a very important thing. Now tell me, this one becomes as a positive. The sum of these two things should be equals to the minus 9x. The sum of these two factors becomes as a 9. As well as the product between these two numbers becomes as a 20. Now this is a negative one, therefore this is a positive one. How it becomes as a positive? Minus into minus. This is a negative thing, therefore both should be a negative. When this one becomes as a positive one, you have to put the positive things. Both are positive. Now tell me, this is a 20x squared. Now sum of these numbers should be a 9. Now tell me what are the numbers, what are suitable numbers? How they name? Vijay and Kenoli, what are the suitable numbers? 5 and 4. 5 and 4. Now I'm going to write as a minus 5x and minus 4x. The product of these two numbers is a positive 20x, as well as the sum of these two numbers becomes minus 9x. Now I'm going to write x squared. This is a minus 9x. Now I'm going to substitute minus 5x and the minus 4x for a minus 9x. Now I'm going to continue. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is the first couple, and I'm going to use the common factors. Now x is a common factor. Now put the x as outside one. Now inside terms becomes as x and minus 5. Repeat the same bracket. Now here is x. Now missing part is a minus 4. And the last time becomes as automatically. Minus into minus becomes as a plus, and the 4 times 5 is 20. Now x minus 5 is the first term, and the second factor becomes as the terms outside of the bracket, x minus 5 and x minus 4. In grade 9 you have only coefficients with 1, and I told you it's the shortest method. Trick again, the factors becomes as these two numbers. Look at this, minus 5 and minus 4. Then factor becomes as x minus 5, x minus 4, x minus 4, right? And this is the easy thing, and this is the factors of the first question, right? Hammer make a yeah, well done, good. Now I'm going to the next one. 16m squared. Look at this, 16m squared minus n squared, right? And this is a compulsory question, alright? Make factors, right? Factors. Now firstly we are looking for the common factors. There are no common factors, right? There are no trinomial quadratic expressions because there are no three terms, just only two things. And this is a difference as well as two squares. Now this is a difference between two squares. 16 16 is a fourth square number. Yes, 4 times 4. Well done. And now 4 to the power of 2, m to the power of 2, and n to the power of 2. Yes. Now this is a square number. You can write as a 4m. This is a completing square of the 4m. Right? Now, what are the factors? What are the factors? First term is a 4m. Second term is n. Now, what are the factors? First term plus second term, the sum of the terms and the difference of the terms. First term minus second term. Then answer is a 4m plus n, 4m minus n. How easy? Marvelous very. Right. Is this correct? Number
Yes.
100 yes. PMI. Super, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah. Kenoli, do it there on mega?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. Right. Now, this is a question number 2. Actually, this was related to the angles. Angles, right? Right. අපි ලස්සනට මේක උත්තර ටික හදමු ඩක් ගාලා බලමු. Draw the figure, right? Figure එක draw කරගන්න පුතේ ඉස්සල්ලාම. Then you can mark the things on your figure. X, Y, and Z. First question. Name the pair of the parallel lines in the figure. Parallel lines. Maramalesi, AB and CD. And that's the answer for the first one. AB and CD. Right? AB and CD parallel. This is the symbol. What the kind? Arrowheads. Right. How many straight line segments are there? How many straight line segments? What is the answer? How many straight line segments?
Two.
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 Two. Are you sure?
Four.
Yeah, it's 4, right? It's 4, right? AB is a straight line, EF and straight line, GH is a straight line, and CD is also a straight line, right? And look at this. This one have a very specific name. What is that name?
Transversal.
Yes, transversal, right? And this is transversal, right? And the all things we call as a straight lines. It's not the curved ones. It's like a straight. Therefore, 4 straight lines. Right. Now, name 3 relationship between the angles formed by the intersecting a pair of parallel lines from the transversal.
Corresponding angles formed are equal. Sum of the magnitude of right angles are equal. Alternate angles formed are equal.
Yes, right. Now, there are 3 things. There are 3 symbols. What are they? And the is it? What is the name of this one? Is it? Kenoli? Z? මොකද නම මේකේ? විදුලි? What is the name of this one? Symbol Z?
Alternate angle?
Yeah. Yes, alternate angles. You have to remember, right? This one. You have to memorize this one, right? As well as it's like a F. Now these are equals. Yes, corresponding angles. And this is a very specific one we call as a C letter.
Right
And
angle.
these angles are not equals. බලපන් ඕන කෙනෙක්ට පේනවනේ. This is obtuse, this is acute. Actually, this also not equals. That's a common sense. But the sum of these angles should be a supplementary we call as a 180. Got it? Matakata then? Yeah,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Allied angles are not equal, right? Okay. That's the three types of the special three types. Right. Now, find the magnitude of the angle XYZ. Now, I am going to discuss. Now, look at this. Look at the X and Y. It's like a symbol X. X and Y both are equals. What's the reason? Tell me the reason. What's the type of the angle? It's like a
Vertically
symbol.
opposite.
Yeah, vertically opposite angles. That's the reason why X and Y are equals. Now, look at this. This is a symbol Z. Right? Now, look at this. This one is like this. These straight lines are equal. Then here is a Y and here is a 100. Then we call as a Y is equal to the 100 because alternate angles. Alternate angles. As well as the second thing, X is also equal to the Y and Y is also equal to the 100. Therefore, X is equal to the 100. What is the reason? Vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Now we have to find the answer for the C. Then C hoyan, right? Now look at this. Symbol C. This is a Z and parallel lines, and this is a 60. Now you know Z plus 60 should be a 180 because we call as a allied angles. Allied angles. Now Z is equal to the 180 minus 60. Now Z is a 120. 120 degrees. Right. Everyone, have one make
Yes.
right. And this is a very specific question in our second term paper also, right? Anivaran second term make a වැදගත් lesson එකක පාඩමක්. Find the missing angles using the knowledge about the angles related parallel lines and straight lines, right? Now I am going to the next part. Right. Right. Now, look at this. Now, in the figure, angle ABC equals to the angle ADC. As well as proves that angle EDC equals to the GBH. අපි දැන් proof කරන්න ඕනේ. Show that part එකක් තියෙනවා. Like this. Right. And this is a figure D, EDF, and the AB GH. Right. Now listen. Now question is these two angles are equals. Right. Now show that angle ABC equals to the angle ADC. Show that angle EDF equals to the GBH. Angle GBH. This is to show that part. Right. Now we are going to discuss. අපි දැන් බලමු discuss කරලා පුතේ. Right. Now these two angles are equals. Now we can state EDF with ED. And what's the letter here? C. EDC. Now listen. EDF and ADC. Now we can write as a angle ABC is equals to the angle GBH because vertically opposite. Now I'm going to write. Now angle ABC is equals to the angle GBH because the reason is vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. As well as you can write as a angle ADC.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I sent you my answer. Can you please check whether it's correct
Okay.
or not?
Yeah. ABC is equal to GB is vertically opposite and the ADC is equals to the EDF vertically opposite. ABC equals to the ADC. Therefore, GBH equals to the EDF. And you have to mention what's the reason. That's thing. Yeah, this all things good.
I
Near mind.
forgot.
Yeah, this all things good. But the missing part is you have to mention the reason. What's the reason? You have to use the axioms, right? There are 5 axioms, and this one related to the and yours one related to the axiom number 1, right? Very good. Niyamaya answer එක හරියටම හරි. Right. Now look at this. ABC is equals to the GBH, and now I'm going to write as ADC is equals to the EDH. EDH. Same reason. Same reason. Because vertically opposite angles. Vertically opposite angles. Now look at this. The left hand side of the first one, ABC, and the left hand side of the second one, ADC. Both are equals. Now you can write as a ABC equals to the ADC. Therefore, GBH should be equals to the EDH because according to the axioms number 1. Matakan axiom number 1. Look at this. A equals B and B equals C. Therefore, A equals B equals C. Both are equals. Therefore, these 4 things both are equals. Both are equals. මේ ඔක්කොම සමානයි පුතේ නේද? හතර දෙනාම එකයි. හතර දෙනාම එකයි. Now understood?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. Well done. Anyway. Now I got the next question. Wow, this one is related to the fractions, right? Fractions. අනිවාර්යයෙන්ම ප්‍රශ්නයක් එනවා පුතේ fractions වලින් as well as the O levels. There are 10 questions. Right? අපි ගත්තොත් එහෙම නේද? Papers 10ක අනිවාර්යෙන් questions 10ක් එනවා, right? Which each one carries 10 marks, right? ලකුණු 10ක් අරන් එන්නේ, right? Now, අපි ලස්සනට උත්තර ටික හදුවම බලන්න පුතේ and put the answers into chat. There are 4 sub questions 1 2 3 4. Easy. This is a scenario. It's like a incident. චුට්ට ලොකු කරන්න right. නම් පේනවනේ. Now find the answers.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah.
I'm done. I send you the answers, but I'm not sure.
Yes. Yeah, I'm checking. I'm checking your answers. Good. Okay. Right. Now I'm going to discuss this question. Balamude. A man, a man spends one third of his salary for food. Now listen. This is a scenario. You have to think about the scenario. This is an incident. Now the first incident is a food, and he spent one third of his salary. Now what is the remaining portion? Now tell me the answers. Now what is the remaining portion after this incident? Easy, yeah? Get one uttara aavo. 1/3 is spent for the food. Now tell me what is the remaining portion after this?
7/12.
No, that's a one third for a food. One third.
Oh, so
And this
sorry.
is
2/3.
yes, two
You,
over three.
you.
2/3, right? That's the easy question, right? තුනක් තිබුණා එකක් දුන්නා. Less question, right? And this is a 2/3, right? Now in this case. Now, after that, and 1/4 of its salary for house rent. Now this is the second one. House rent. And this is a 1/4, right? 1/4. Now there are two things. There are two expenses for food and the rent, right? Now, first one, what fraction of the whole salary spent for food and house rent? You need to add these two things. Maramalesi, right? Now, I'm going to add 1/3 plus 1/4. Now, this one's very easy. 1 plus 1, 2. Answer 4 plus 3, 7. So 2/7. Is this the answer?
No.
No, you cannot add like this, right? Right? Now, firstly, I am going to check the denominators. 3 and 4, different denominators. Now, we are going to look in the LCM. Lowest common multiple, 3 and 4. And the greatest one is a 4. It's not divisible by 3. I am going to the next multiple, 8. Not divisible by 3. 12, yes. Therefore, 12 is a common denominator. Now 12 becomes as a 3 times 4. Then 4 times 1 becomes 4. Plus 12 is becomes 4 times 3. Therefore 3 times 1 is a 3. Now answer is a 7/12. Now this is the sum of these two expenses. Now my question. Now after these two expenses, what is the remaining portion?
5/12.
5/12. Can you do a? Do you understood do a?
Yes, sir.
Yes, right. The sum of these two things becomes as a 9/11. Right? Now this is another example. Kenoli is this yours one. May got any prashabute. Right? The sum of the expenses for the house rent becomes as a 9/11. Now tell me, Kenoli, what is the remaining portion of that? Kenoli can about
3/12.
3 over no, it's a 11,
3/11.
No, this is a 11. There is a 9. 9 out of 11. Now what is the remaining portion?
3/11.
Are you sure? 9 to 11. 9 to 11. Tell me the answer. 9 to 11. You know? It's 3
4.
over 9 valida 11 valata. Viduni, what is the answer? Apara?
2/11.
2/11. Yeah. Terwane? Kenodi Terwane? This is a 9/11. Therefore, remaining portion 9, 10, 11. Just 2. Yeah, good. Yeah, right. Right? Right. Then good. Right. Now, this is the answer for the first question. Now, second question. Second question. After spending for food and house rent, 3 over 5 of remaining is spent for the other expenses. Now this is a third scenario. Other expenses is equals to the 3 over 5 of this is a remaining. මේ බලන්න කතාව. අනිවාර්යෙන්ම එනවා. This is a very important thing. අනිවාර්යෙන්. Right? 3 or 5 of remaining. ඉතුරු ටිකෙන්. Right. Now we know the remaining portion. 3 over 5 of now remaining portion is the sum of these two things is a 7 over 12. Therefore, remaining portion is a 5 over 12. Now 5 and 5 චකවලාස් ඉවරයි වැඩේ as well as 3 times 1 and 3 times 4. Now answer becomes 1 over 4. This is the answer for other expenses in his total salary. This is the expenditure value, right? 1 over 4. Number 3. After all the expenses mentioned above, there are 3 things, right? Food, house rent, and the other expenses. And if he deposit the remaining amount in the bank, right? Deposit bank. What fraction of the salary is deposited? Now, we have to find the remaining portions. Right. Now listen. There are 3 things. Food plus house rent plus other expenses. Now you know. Food and house rent, the sum of these 2 things is 7 over 12. 7 over 12. Now other expenses is 1 over 4. Now you can add these 2 things. Now the common denominator is 12 because the greatest one is 12. 12 we can divide by the 4 without remainders. Therefore LCM is 12. Now 12 is 12 times 1 and the 7 plus 12 is becomes 4 times 3. You need to multiply by the 3. Now 3 times 1. 7 plus 3 it becomes 10 over 12. But 10 over 12 you can simplify. How? Both terms you can divide by the 2. Now 10 divided by 2, 5 and 12 divided by 2 is a 6. Now this is a sum of these 3 things. Now how to find the remaining portion? Therefore after these expenses, then remaining value, remaining portion, you need to subtract from the whole 1. සම්පූර්ණ එකකින් අඩු කරමු. Right? Now, what is the answer? 1 minus 5 over 6. What is the remaining portion? 5 out of 6. Now, remaining portion is 6 පහක් ගිහිල්ලා එකම එකයි ඉතුරු. Now, 1 over 6. Now, this is his deposited amount value as a fraction in his total salary. 1 over 6. 1 over 6. 1 over 6. Right. Now, next part. If the amount he deposits in the bank is 6,000, how much is his salary? Right. Now this is 1 equals to the, right? And this one equals to the 1 over 6 is a deposited amount, and this one is equals to the 6,000 rupees. Therefore, then total salary should be equals to the 1 over 6 is a 6,000. Therefore, whole one is a 6 out of 6. Therefore, 6,000 you need to multiply by the 6. Then answer becomes 36,000 rupees. රුපියල් 36,000ක් පුතේ මෙයාගේ පඩිය වැටුප. Right? විදුලියගේ උත්තර ටික ඔක්කොම හරි. නියමයි. Right? And කෙනුලි දුව මේක තේරුණාද කෙනුලි? Yeah? Good. Right. අපි missing parts වල තියෙනවා ලස්සන ලියා ගමු පුතේ. විනාඩියක් දෙන්න. I know it. Yeah. Good. Vidri, what is our school? Vidri, do it. කොහෙද පුතේ ඉස්කෝලේ යන්නේ? Can you hear me, Viduri? Hello, Papara? Right.
Excuse me, sir.
Yeah, Viduri, what is your school?
Sorry, sir, I didn't heard it because I got a poor connection problem here.
Yeah, right. Now, what is your school? And
Defense
hometown?
Sciences College, Colombo 2.
Colombo 2, Colombo 2, right. Good job. And Kenoli? What is your hometown, Kenoli?
Little Flower Convent, Bandaraville.
Bandar, right. Exam dates kiwadu pute?
21st of July.
21st of July as Sunday. Today is yeah 7, 14, 21. There are two more, yeah, more 2 weeks. 2 more weeks.
Yes.
Yes, right. And we did the graph also in the last weeks. Matakaine graph sehema. We did the intercepts, the gradients, and the parallel lines, and how to state as a parallel lines graphs, how to find the equations, right? We discussed about the angles, about the positive direction of the x-axis and the graph, right? Y equal mx plus a because that's a compulsory equations as a graph, right? Now next week we are going to discuss about the graphs and the all things about the second term, right? Api look pack karamu, right? And I have a good night. God bless you. Api hamamu thir class again. Bye bye.
Okay, so have a nice day. Thank
Thank
you.
you, sir.
Okay.